Okay, so we'd like to welcome you to Quilt Show Reno. We have Keegan here from Going Batty Quilt Shop, and we're super excited. He's going to tell you all the exciting things that are happening. We are really grateful. Keegan and Going Batty, they are platinum sponsors for the show, so we're super excited to partner with them for that. And I personally am super excited about offering a room totally dedicated to sergers and learning about sergers and all the fun things that you can do with sergers that aren't necessarily quilting related, or not necessarily clothing related, but for those of us who are quilters, you're going to find out why you need one. So I'm just going to turn this over to Keegan. Hang on a second. I'm not the most techie. There you go.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Hello, everybody out in the cyberspace. We're super excited to join for Quilt Show Reno 2026 and offer some amazing classes. We're sponsoring two different classrooms, a sewing machine classroom and a serger classroom, but I kind of want to talk about the serger classroom and the classes that we're offering in that classroom, just because it kind of makes people stop in their tracks when they hear the word serger. It's kind of a dirty word, especially for quilters. So I am primarily a quilter myself, and there was these new years and years ago with Bernina, new air threading sergers that came out, and I wanted to be able to teach on them, but I was a quilter and I didn't do very many clothing items, if at all. And if I did, it was for my wife. It wasn't necessarily for me, because everything I could do on a sewing machine, or so I thought. And so I started designing quilts on the serger, and I did a simple strip quilt as you go quilt, sort of similar to the one that I'm teaching in the show. And I was absolutely hooked. The way that a serger takes 3 or 4 different threads and secures your seam lines and cuts off any excess all at the same time was just a dream for me. Plus, they're a lot faster than your standard sewing machine. So this is the quilt that I'm teaching as one of the classes. This is a serger ruffle quilt. So this is a quilt as you go quilt. So it is pieced and quilted all in one step. And you'll see that there's strips of the backing on the back where we use all the same fabric, but you have to look really close to actually see those seam lines. They don't look very different than actual quilting lines. But it's quilted on the serger, and we do these cute little ruffle accents with a rolled hem and a chain stitch to attach them. But my favorite part about this quilt isn't even the fact that we piece it on the serger and completely completed on the serger, is the binding. So binding is a lot of people's arch nemesis, and it's really hard for a lot of people to make it look really good. And this binding was actually completely done on the serger. So we use a fusible thread in the lower looper in order to actually glue the binding to the opposite side, either the front or the back, depending on which side you want to attach your binding to, if you're hand stitching or machine stitching afterwards. But it evens up your quilt edges with the serger knife all at once, and attaches the binding all in one step. It's really clean and easy, and you're able to bind a quilt in no time at all. Have you seen that done before, Beth? Binding like that on the serger?
Never. And I'm like baffled. I like don't even know. So, okay, here's my little blonde moment question.
Yes.
When you're putting the binding on, it's going to cut your quilt and trim your quilt up at the same time.
Correct.
And so then you would either have to fold your binding over and stitch it by machine or stitch it by hand.
That is correct, but only after you pull it over and steam it down, because then that thread that we put into the lower looper, we'll call the bobbin, the thread that goes on the bottom, it actually fuses to the thread. It's the fabric fuses to the thread.
So you can use fusible thread in your serger.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm going to tell you, I've never really jumped on the bandwagon with the serger because I'm a quilter. So I am And one of my customers brought in a serger and threaded it for me last week and said, "You're going to love this. Just try it." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's so fast. It's like, I'm blown away that I literally like dug out a few old sergers that have been in my attic and,
Yep.
and playing with them, except for that now I know I need to buy a new serger because now they have such great technology with the air threading.
Yeah, air threading and setting the tensions for you. So you just have to
Oh,
select what stitch you want, and it automatically changes all of the settings for you, so you don't have to do anything but suck the thread through at that point. So
oh
it's
my God. It sounds like
they're
a
really
dream come
amazing.
true.
Yes, though we're actually going to have all of those sergers set up for everybody and all this fabric pre-cut for everybody for the class, for this particular class.
Oh,
So they don't have to worry
I feel
about
like I
cutting
need
or
to take the
anything.
class. First of all, I
You
love the
should.
quilt. The quilt is
Oh,
adorable.
isn't that nice?
Yes.
This is one of the fabric options that we're offering. We already have the kits already ready to go for the event. I ordered a ton just for the quilt show.
I
So
love
this
it.
is the Melissa Gilbert line
Yeah. Oh,
from
Little
Little
House on the
House on the
Prairie.
Prairie. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No
So
wonder I love it.
I think it's called Walk on the Prairie is the line. So
Oh, it's
it's really cute.
beautiful.
So
Hmm. Carolyn just commented. She said she needs a new serger too, and it sounds fascinating. I think just everything that you're doing with sergers in today's time is so different than those of us who, you know, looked into it 20 or 30 years ago. Like,
yes.
technology is just so much better now. We got to re-look into it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that you can do a straight stitch on a serger, because that's how we attach all of these ruffles and make all the ruffles. We actually ruffle it, gather it, and top stitch all on the serger with a straight stitch. It's like having an endless bobbin, right? Because you just use
Yes.
a cone for the top thread,
Right.
a cone for the bobbin thread. So you never have to change your bobbin. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you do that straight stitch, how is it not cutting the fabric?
Because you transition the machine to a sewing machine rather than a
Oh,
serger, but it's all
oh,
in one. Yeah.
oh, oh, MG.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm blown away. And it takes a lot to blow me away.
Oh, good. Yay. I did it. No,
Yes.
it's really great. So we can help people, obviously. Before the show, we have great deals on sergers and stuff, and we have all of them on display. But yeah, so those are the machines that we're going to have at the serger classroom.
Okay.
Any more questions about the ruffle quilt before I move on to the other class?
No. Carolyn said threading it is what kept her from using her serger.
Well, yeah, because you have to remember, upper looper, lower looper, right needle, left needle. I always say that you go to heaven and then you go to hell. And then, there's ways to remember it, but it's really complicated. It's not even the fact, for me personally, it's not even the fact that threading it to begin with. It's if you break a thread. If you break a thread on any other serger, what do you have to do? You have to rethread the whole darn thing.
Well, I'm
Because
going to
it's
tell
out of
you, I
order.
did break a
So,
thread. And so I took it to have it serviced because I tried to YouTube it and I couldn't figure it out. So I took it to have it serviced. So when I get home from road to California, it'll be threaded for me. And
perfect. Good.
that's one expensive way to have your machine threaded.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's multiple payments on a new serger. What are you doing, Beth?
I know that was so silly, but I just wanted it.
I get it. Another class that we're teaching at the show is another class that I'm really, really excited about. It's a quilted jacket. So this is the Tamarack jacket by Green Line Studio. So we did this. Let's see. There you go. This jacket right here. We also she added some ribbon accents
Oh, I love
on
it.
there as well, and then the little pop of color from the inner from the lining fabric. But this is constructed, bound, all on the serger. So as part of this class, as part of the kit fee, we actually take whatever fabric that you want that you purchase from the store, and we pre-quilt it for you with your desired quilting design. So that's included in the kit. As long as you do it by the date that's listed on the supply list. I can't remember what it is. I think it's like end of April, beginning of May, or something like that. But if you choose your fabric from the store, both lining and exterior fabric, we'll quilt it for you with whatever quilting pattern that you want, and then pre-cut it for you because we'll measure you, or have you measure yourself if you're out of town. And then I teach you not only how to construct it, but also how to alter it to better fit your body, because a lot of these patterns kind of end up like a box.
Yeah, they're kind of
And
frumpy.
yes, and so I teach you some specific, so either some darts or different type of seam directions that you can go in order to bring it in closer to your body and make it uniquely for you. So you can take those same techniques and be able to use your serger or sewing machine. Typically, it's better on a serger for this, but to use your serger for being able to alter your own garments that you have at home, or if you've already tried to make a quilted jacket, I would assume that you have not tried to alter said jacket beyond the original pattern instructions. And so this is a really great class to come to as well, not only to learn some serger skills, but to also learn some alteration and clothing construction skills in a quilter friendly space. So, so yeah, I'm really excited about this class as well. So.
Me too. Well, and that is the biggest complaint that I get from the consumer is they want to make jackets, but they always end up too boxy. They're too much like you're wearing a quilt.
Right.
So
Or
I
it
love
doesn't
that
fit
you're
the
going to tailor it.
shoulders. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or the side seams or whatever. So yes, tailoring is super duper important. So yeah, again, bound just like the quilt. We use the same thread
I love that.
situation. So it actually ends up like looking extremely nice.
Professional.
You can see, yep.
Yes.
He bought it off the rack. So
well, and a lot of times, we go to like the outlet stores or something and we buy different clothes, but they don't fit us perfectly. And so we do have to do a little bit of tailoring because our bodies are all so different. You can't just buy it off the rack, right, typically.
Yes.
And I'm a true believer now that a serger would make that process so much quicker and simpler.
Yes, especially because a serger is made to work with all different types of fabric, whether it be, cotton that doesn't stretch as much, or knits, because you can adjust the 4 different feed dog sets that are on a serger to be able to not feed in as much fabric so it doesn't stretch it out, or to be able to put more in. So it's quite the machine for sure.
For sure. I am a true believer now that all quilters should have a serger also.
Yes, and not in their closet.
Yes.
On their floor.
Mine had so much dust on it. It was incredible. Like 19 years of dust.
It probably sounded really crunchy too. Probably needed a drink.
Well, that's what Lynn threaded it for me. And she said, it sounds like a Mack truck.
Yes. Yep. Hopefully that service will help it. Yeah, so those are the 2 classes that I'm teaching. I know that there are other instructors teaching other serger classes in the serger room, but I would, even if you're a quilter, I would really recommend taking another look at all the serger classes that are on the schedule, just because if these 2 aren't your cup of tea, there's going to be something that will catch your eye as far as the different classes that are available to kind of broaden your horizons and how a serger could help you in your quilting room.
Yes, yeah. Well, and you guys are sponsoring Quiltoni, right? And she's going to be teaching quilts on the serger, I believe.
Yes. So yeah, pixel quilting all on the serger. So being able to do like strip piecing basically, and bargello techniques all on the serger as well. So a completely new technique as well on doing something that you wouldn't necessarily think of doing with your serger. So
right. I'm super excited. A lot of learning for those of us who want to continue learning. There's going to be a lot of opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. There's not very many opportunities in the past for the Reno area to have such a wide variety of education and different styles of quilting and creating. And I think that the lineup that we have at the quilt show and that you've curated is really great for people being able to try all different types of
For sure.
techniques.
There's
So,
something for everybody.
yep,
Yes.
absolutely.
So you have a big event coming up next week, is it?
No, it's
2
next
weeks?
month.
Okay.
Next month. It's the 12th through the 14th of February. We have 6 different instructors, some big names in long arm quilting, serging, embroidery, normal, just decorative stitching, different things like that. But we have 5 different classes during this seminar. It's at the Atlantis. It's really nice. Very expensive for me too. But we have 5 different classes. There'll be 20 people max in each of the classes, and people rotate through all of them across the 3 days. All of the food, kits, supplies, machines, everything is provided. You just have to bring yourself and a good can-do attitude and willing to learn. But it's really exciting. We have a vendor mall there as well, with various different fabric reps and notions and all that kind of stuff, not just the machines. And we have um, a boutique production manager from Riley Blake coming on Thursday night to our store as part of this event to do a lecture on how boutiques are made. It'll be a really, really great time. So
So,
12th
so
through the 14th of February.
where do they go to find out more information about that?
So you can call the store 775-351-2424 or go to goingbatty.com, and then go under the special events tab. It'll say, if they go online though, it'll say the normal price of $5.99 because that's what we're signing up people since Christmas at that normal price. But if they mention Quilt Show Reno that they saw it on here, they'll get the original pre-order price of $349. So a $250 discount if they mention Quilt Show Reno. But you'll have to call or come in to sign up for it.
Perfect. Okay. And then the other thing that I've heard rumor about, well, I guess it's not really rumor, it's true, but you're taking a group of ladies to Switzerland.
Yes, actually. Yeah. So I do a lot of quilt retreats in Nevada and Utah, and I've done several around the country. And I was just looking for the next thing. And I was thinking, okay, do we go international or do we do a quilting cruise? And so I talked to my wife and we decided to do an international quilting retreat. So we're going to Switzerland where Bernina machines are actually made. And so we're going to have a tour of the factory and everything like that. We're going to have 3.5 days of sewing on a 10-day trip, September 25th through October 5th of 26 this year. So we're doing 4 different exclusive projects as part of that. All of the fabric instruction, transfers, transportation, tours, all that kind of stuff. That's all included in the price of the retreat. Airfare is not included. And I think I have only 2 spots left because we've already expanded twice because I wanted to start small and then we added some more and then we added some more. And I think I just need to be done because I want to.
Well, I'm going to tell you, trying to wrangle all those ladies, it's like herding cats sometimes.
It is true. It is true. But we're lucky to have a very, very strong and full team, including a technician that's going to Switzerland. So as part of this, so we're providing all the machines and stuff for it as well. So it'll be fun. It'll be a really good time. So.
It sounds super exciting. It sounds, for those of us who can't, international travel is sometimes kind of scary. So to have you work out all the kinks and have it all scheduled, that sounds like a perfect vacation plus learning experience.
Yes, it'll be a really great time. Plus, you get massages and pedicures and manicures as part of it. We've hired a spa to be on staff for the husbands and the sewing participants. So, I mean, it'll be a spa trip too.
Literally doesn't get better than that.
No, it does not.
Yes. So. Well, perfect. All right. So do you have anything else going on at the shop you want to let people know?
We have a lot of different classes and events going on always. We're just really grateful and excited to be a part of the Reno community again and being able to provide expert education and service to all of the consumers in the Northern Nevada area. We're just really happy and blessed to be a part of it. So
Perfect. And Lynn or Carolyn had a question. What
yes.
brand of Bernina do you recommend? I mean, not Bernina. I know you sell Berninas, but what serger is your favorite?
Okay, here's the thing. I've used a lot of different brands of sergers, and back in the day, Baby Lock has had the patent on air threading, self-threading sergers since it became a thing, right? Baby Lock used to be the only name in sergers that even was worth a spit.
Right.
And Baby Lock made all the sergers for everybody else, right? There's only actually 3 manufacturing houses of sergers in the world.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So Jaguar, which makes all of those ones for Baby Lock and everybody, right? And then another one that I can't quite think of, and then Bernina.
Okay.
So Bernina makes their own sergers. Baby Lock sergers, extremely nice. Don't get me wrong, but there are features on the Bernina for the same price point. They're super quiet. They don't rumble tumble. They aren't vibrating at all. They just glide through everything. Plus, Berninas are the only ones that have the ability to choose the stitch and have it set up every single thing for you. People have tried to replicate it, but it's not quite the same. So Bernina's, I'm a hardcore Bernina fan. Are there really great sergers out there? Yes, but Berninas and Baby Lock sergers are on the same exact price point field. And so I feel like if you're going to be spending that money for the convenience, then you definitely should look at buying a Bernina.
Okay, perfect. There you go, Carolyn. And Carolyn, I would strongly suggest you come to the Reno show and take some serger classes before you purchase one. That way you can kind of get a feel for it and you can ask all the questions that you want to ask.
Plus, we'll have multiple different models in there that you can see and feel. They all sew the same, but they do different things. And so it'll depend on if that particular feature is important to you, right?
Right. Kind of test your machine out before you buy it. Yeah. Okay. Well, we want to thank all of you guys for joining us. We want to thank Keegan, especially for taking the time out of his busy day to join us to educate us on sergers, well, on everything. And we hope that your events in February, it sounds kind of fun. Like I kind of want to sneak up there and check out what you're doing.
Yeah, sure.
And if they're not signed up, can they sneak in to shop the vendor mall or for your February event?
Yes.
Or
on Saturday, from 10 to I believe it's 3:30, we'll have the vendor mall open for the public.
Okay. So of course it's much better to sign up for the whole party, but if you can't, you can hop up to Reno to the Atlantis and shop in the vendor mall on Saturday.
Yes.
Yep. He's at the Atlantis for his event. My son is sitting over here correcting me. He's like, Mom, it's the Grand Sierra. No, we're not confusing you guys.
Yes.
We're not. Let me clarify right here. I mean, I'm getting older, so he's always got to correct me.
Yes.
But February, Carolyn, February sounds really fun. But you might have to check the weather before you come over the mountains. February, your event is February 12th through the 14th at the Atlantis.
Yes.
With Saturday sewing if they're not signed up for the event.
Yep.
Will you have sergers there? Well, Carolyn, just come over on a good weekend, come over the mountain and just stop by. You can call Keegan and make an appointment and he'll walk you through the sergers.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you. Go to quiltshowreno.com, get signed up for your classes, and we will see you next Monday with some kind of chaos. Well, we'll be doing some spontaneous lives from Road to California with different vendors as we see them throughout the week. So we'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Have a great week. Go sew something. Bye.